Gonna start on page 7. Looking at 10, 11, 12, and 13. Gonna highlight those a little bit more, okay? So page 7, turn to page 7. Nobody has any specific questions, right? Not right now? No one has any specific questions about the review? Okay. Look at number 10. What kind of figure is number 10? A sphere. So here would be one of my recommendations. You have that sheet, that golden note sheet, right? On that sheet for a sphere, maybe you want to draw a picture of a sphere right above that or something, so you know exactly and very quickly it's a sphere. Because I know some of you have difficulty knowing what that is. Chase, what are you doing?
Oh, finishing them for English real quick.
Okay. All right, so sphere. I'm going to do surface area first, and the formula is 4 pi r squared for a sphere. Surface area. That's like I was wrapping it with gift wrap, gift paper. So 4 is a number that's going to stay the same. Pi is a number that stays the same. What is my radius here? What is my radius of the sphere?
6.
It is not 6.
3.
It is 3. 6 is the diameter, which goes all the way across. So make sure if you're given the diameter, you only take half of it or divide it by 2 to get the radius. So putting this together, I get 4 times 9 over here is 36 pi. And if you multiply 36 pi together, and of course I put, this is one that if you're looking at my notes, I have the wrong answer because I put 6 in. Yes. 36 times pi. Has anybody got it? I want to say it's 113. Has anybody got it? What'd you get, Evelyn? 0.09. Okay. And it says round my answers to the nearest tenths. I know some of you have problems with the tenths place. It is the first one to the right of the decimal. That's the tenths place. So I underline it. Look next door, 5 or more. That's going to go up. So it is 113.1 centimeters squared. That is the surface area of a sphere. This sphere. Volume. This is crazy. You're going to think this is really weird. Probably not, but I think it's weird. So volume of a sphere is 4/3 times pi r cubed. 4/3 times pi r cubed. So that's 4/3, that's a number, times pi. What is my radius again?
3.
3. And that is to the 3rd power. So I take 4/3 times pi, and I'm going to multiply this out. And this is going to be a little weird. Because this 3 is on the bottom, and here I have them on the top, this 3 in my denominator is going to simplify out with that 3 on top. And when I multiply it, I get 4 times 3 times 3 is 4 times 9 is 36 times pi, which gives me the same answer of 113.1 centimeters cubed. So what's weird is that both the surface area and the volume of this sphere are exactly the same answer, except one is squared and one is cubed. Isn't that weird?
No.
It's weird. It is weird. All right. Any questions on that one?
Nope.
Let's go to the cone. let's go to the cone. So surface area. Actually, and I wish I hadn't said that, but yes, this is a cone. Think of an ice cream cone. It could be right side up. Chase, what are you doing?
What?
Why are you smiling? On a final. Show me, turn your thing around. That's the final presentation? You're finishing a presentation. Okay. When is this due?
Monday, but she's checking today. Like checking.
Okay. So you really need to do that and try to finish it? Okay. All right. So cone surface area is going to be pi times r times L plus pi r squared, which is my base. Hey, whenever you see pi, what kind of a figure are we talking about?
A pi figure.
Which means if it is in pi figure is in what shape?
A pi.
Which is in what shape?
A pi.
A circle. So whenever you use pi, you are only using pi with circles, with cylinders that have a circle in it, or with a sphere. Did everybody hear that?
Yeah.
Please don't put pi in a square or a rectangle or a rectangular pyramid or anything like that. It has to have a circle if we're dealing with pi. All right, so pi here times radius. What's my radius?
5.
5, yes. It is not 10 because it's half. And L, what does that cursive L stand for? No. It stands for this right here. What do we call that? That is my slant height.
Oh.
What is my slant height?
Like the height that's like slanted.
Yes, but we don't know what it is, do we? But this is a right triangle. And so I can use and need to find that with Pythagorean theorem. So I'm going to have my legs be A and B. They make up the L shape here, the legs. So A is going to be 5 squared plus my B is 12 squared equals C, which is over here, squared. So 5 squared is 25. 12 squared is 144 equals C squared. Put those together, I get 169 equals C squared. Take the square root, and I get C equals 13. So when you start doing Pythagorean theorem long enough, you will get to realize that 3, 4, 5 is what we call a Pythagorean triple, and that 5, 12, 13 is a Pythagorean triple, meaning 3 squared plus 4 squared gives you 5 squared, 5 squared plus 12 squared gives you 13. So that's kind of something you can just check. So my slant height here is 13 plus pi times radius, it's still 5 squared. So I'm going to take 13 times 5 and get 65 pi plus 5 squared is 25 pi. And yes, you could multiply those out there, but you can treat this pi symbol like a variable. So 65 pi plus 25 pi is going to be 90 pi. And 90 times pi, I did not do it that way on here. So does anybody want to put that on their calculators real quick? 90 times pi. 282.74, round to the nearest tenth is right there. So that's gonna be 282.7 yards, and we're finding area, so it is squared. So surface area, 282.7 yards squared. Chase, turn around. Blake, what are you doing? You have a packet? Or do you want to take a test you haven't taken yet? No? Yeah? Okay. So let me get that. Let me get them started on the next one and I'll grab that. So volume of a cone is 1/3 times the area of the base times height, which I think is 1/3 pi r squared times height. So see if you can put that together while I get this test for him. Okay. It says area quadrilateral. Let me just double check. Okay, Blake, my apologies. You have already taken it. So you're good. I did have in here where you could do a retake. But I don't know if you're interested in that still. Huh? It will count. If you do better, that will count. Because you did corrections here. You wanna try it? Okay. What? Can't hear you. What's going on? Okay. All right. Okay, you guys findings and answer?
Yeah.